Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back, legally, on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, Danny loves his pizza, but it could kill him.
Uh-oh. Why is that?
According to the Consumer Product Safety Commission, approximately 2,300 Americans went to the emergency room last year, all because of pizza, Danny.
They're doing it wrong.
Lots of pizza injuries. Lots of pizza injuries, man.
You're supposed to eat the pizza.
Yeah.
It's not treated like a suppository.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, you haven't lived, Steve.
Everyone's reaction was the right reaction except for Vicky's, who went,
No, I went, like, oh, God.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Like,
sure. Tasty. Well, we know.
I ain't here to judge, man. If that's how you like to eat pizza, go ahead, but wait for it to cool down.
But you have, you're a safe word girl, so who knows?
That doesn't mean I like eating my pizza as a suppository. I like pizza in all its cheesy goodness in my mouth.
I don't know if you like mozzarella dripped on you in any particular fashion. I have no idea about you and your crazy life. Here are the 4 ways you can get hurt eating pizza.
Vicky brought up a good one, though. Burning the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, burns was number 2 on the list.
Because after Defy Wrestling on Saturday, my buddy Aaron, who was in town from Baltimore, we met up, and he's like, "Where you want to go?" I'm like, "I'm starving. We want to go get some food." So we went to Capitol Hill and went to Dino's Pizza.
Yeah, Dino's.
A good pizza place.
Yeah, exactly.
Got that Sicilian slice, right?
Yeah.
But I learned from the last time, I burnt the roof of my mouth so bad it took like 2 weeks for it to recover. So this time, I had this damn slice sitting in front of me for like 20 minutes, and it was pure torture. Because I was like, I'm not burning my mouth again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's some good discipline right there.
It was hard.
Yeah. How was the pizza, though?
Delicious. There you go.
The number 1 way that you people are hurting themselves is bad cuts that happen to you when you're cutting the pizza.
Sheesh.
How does that happen? I mean, you get the roller and you're done, right?
Some people might not have a pizza cutter, so they're trying to use a knife, or I always love when people use scissors.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it, because you see some of the pizza places use scissors. They have those big pizza cutting scissors. Have you ever seen those?
No.
You never seen that? Oh, some of those, well, you got to go to those legit joints. They just come out, they look like big machetes, and they go, hold on, we'll get that for you. I'm like, holy crap. What the, I got to get one of those.
There's pizza cutting scissors.
Got to get those, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, they're awesome.
What about like those paper cutters? Like, you know, how like the old...
the old schools?
Yeah. Can you just put like a pie under there and just have...
They have the rolling ones that it looks like one of those with 2 handles, and you just go, just kind of rock it back and forth.
I like that one. That's another thing I see a lot of professionals like on the cooking shows use, yeah.
I mean, you got to be kind of stupid to cut yourself cutting pizza.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
I think if you have it on, I think it's the cardboard, it'll slide out underneath you if you're not careful. You need to make sure that thing is situated.
Gotta get a pizza cutting board, girl.
Yeah.
You know, you're too busy taking that pizza and using it as a suppository. You're going to start eating it.
Hey, I got one of those cool paddles that you get it, like, you know, the pizza oven.
I know you have a cool paddle. That's what we're talking about.
No, those are leather. I'm talking about the wooden one I have specifically for pizza.
Yeah, it's nice. Also, how about this?
I like this joke. Why did the hipster burn his mouth when he ate pizza? He wanted to eat it before it got cool.
Yep. Love it.
That's the cavity. How about this? This third one cracks me up. Now, this is if you're doing your homemade stuff, which, by the way, I have to say, my wife and my son, they make some really good homemade pizza. And maybe
I'd love for your son to bring in some of it.
I know. I got to request that. I got to get them at the house at the same time so I get me some good pizza. How about this? But there were people that are going to the hospital because they fall while they're making the pizza. How is that happening? Are they slipping on the flour or something?
Slipping maybe on the sauce or something?
When they throw it up, maybe they fall backwards by accident.
Who really does that?
Everyone. If it's a good pizza place, they have to throw the dough.
We're talking about at home. Who's throwing a pizza in the air?
No one's doing that.
Usually they pop the can of biscuits open for the crust, and maybe that's where they're going to go. But no one's doing that, Danny.
So far, we're 2 for 2. You got to be pretty stupid to hurt yourself.
I think we might be 3 for 4 because this one here could be people.
Okay.
The last way you get people getting injured by eating pizza is falling while you're picking it up from a restaurant. That's how does that happen?
You're so excited, you're just running back from the car. You trip on I don't know.
Is it the awkward box? You're carrying multiple pizzas, and because the box is so big and awkward, you can't see in front of you.
Yeah.
And over 2,000 people this year have gone to the hospital because of these reasons.
Well, Domino's has a carry-out insurance in their commercials. They have where they slide on ice carrying the pizza. So, it's possible.
I want to say that there's a particular star of this study, and the star is somebody in my demographic. Matter of fact, he's exactly my age. This guy was a big star of injury because he went to the emergency room after he fell out of his bed reaching for some pizza. That's the way.
That seems the most rational reason to get hurt than all the other ones.
I love that. I love that actually he's got pizza near his bed. This guy knows how to live.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy knows what's up.
Because you just never know when you're going to wake up and you're going to crave pizza.
Oh, I feel like every time I wake up, there's no reason not to crave pizza. All right, speaking of another genius, because that guy, of course, that 58-year-old they highlighted who fell out of bed going to the hospital because he was trying to get pizza. We got another dude who is becoming basically hated on the internet. And that's because he was driving his wife to the hospital while she was in labor, and she started delivering the baby in the car. And instead of pulling over and helping, the guy kept driving and filmed the whole thing from behind the wheel. We've got this video up on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. You've got to check it out. Their 3 older children, by the way, were sitting in the back seat. The baby was healthy, but many people are giving this guy such grief because rather than pull over and help, he just kept driving and filmed the whole thing.
Can you wait like 2 minutes? Hold on. She's coming out.
Oh my God, this poor woman. Oh my gosh, this is insanity.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Somebody help! Pull her out, do something!
No. Oh, she had the baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. We just delivered a baby in the car.
You didn't do anything. No, you did nothing, but you're an idiot.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
Wow. This poor woman. And she's not in a seatbelt.
Yeah, she's dreaming that she has the worst husband ever. It's not a dream, actually.
She's obviously not in a seatbelt because she's actually facing the seat.
She's got her knees on the seat, and she's almost bent. Well, she's bent over, and her head's going over the headrest part.
This poor woman is married to a moron. How did they deliver 3 other kids?
She did. I don't think he had anything to do with any of it, other than helping create the kid.
I have to say that I feel like he totally deserves all the vitriol he gets on the internet. That is just so unsafe in every way, shape, or form. At least pull over, and so that she's not.
Poor kids are gonna need therapy after that, I think.
Then you got this little infant. If anything happened in the car, a mom and the kid, and then that's
their 5th kid.
Their 5th kid?
So yesterday, my wife delivered our 5th child in the passenger seat of our car, still shook.
All right, I'm only because he's part of the process. I think they should ban them from having.
And of course, this has got like 76,000 retweets, over 202,000 likes. So then, of course, he wants to capitalize on this, and he's like, follow our family page on Instagram. Oh. And then he's also selling his clothing line.
Is he really?
Flymouth Clothing Company.
Are you kidding?
And the promo code, you'll save 20% using the promo code Family First.
Okay, see,
I love this.
He's the worst man ever. I hate this guy.
He's incredible. Family First.
These guys are.
Can you wait 2 minutes? I'm almost there.
This guy is a low rent Kardashian. He really is. He's a low rent Kardashian. He's just thinking I will make myself famous and make money this way.
You got to pay for them 5 kids somehow.
He's driving while filming.
Exactly. Yeah, there's that.
And then what is he filming? His wife giving birth to a child in the passenger seat. And he does nothing.
While she is not buckled in. And then this new creature also not buckled in because it's being born in a car, a moving vehicle. And they've got their three of their other kids in the back seats just sitting there while this stupidity is going on.
People are screenshotting because the kids look troubled or not troubled, more puzzled.
Yeah.
Like, what in the hell is going on? And one has a picture of the kid looking like really puzzled by all this. With the caption, "So we're not going to McDonald's?"
Yeah. Check it out on the BJ and Migs page at KISW.com. That's just...
I love that he said we delivered it.
You did nothing.
He did a lot, man. He filmed it. And it was weird to watch.
Yeah, because she's naked. I mean, she's got her bra on, but she's obviously got nothing on the bottom because the kid's got to come out.
Imagine driving in front of them and you look in your rearview mirror and there's a baby popping out of a woman in the passenger seat.
Yeah, dude, that's
the greatest day in the car ever.
Am I old because I find that just repulsive. Not the idea that she's giving birth, repulsive that he would do this and all just everything that happened in that moment while a new life is coming into the world and that woman should be in a position where she doesn't, not have to give birth in the car with no seat. I'm repulsed by the whole thing. I don't know if that's the right word. The guy is the biggest idiot I've ever seen in my life.
He sounds like a good man.
And then he's selling his clothing.
Family first.
Yeah. See, I know he's your kind of guy.
He's not my kind of guy.
I don't know.
I got to find humor in these stupid people, man.
Yeah.
You got to. Otherwise, you're going to go nuts.
You're right. See, you have the ability to find humor. And all I want to do
He's just lucky, God forbid anything bad happened, like a car accident.
See, that's... Why then do good things, happen to people like this guy and bad things happen to good people? Because I don't, he's an idiot. Why? You know what I mean? And then somebody who's really smart and really careful is going to have something bad happen to them, even though they did their best to take care and be responsible. And then irresponsible Mickey over here, nothing happens to him.
Well, we don't know if he might have had his seatbelt on. He might have been responsible.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he made sure he was okay.
Imagine being a cop and you pull, you see, what the hell's going on? I'm going to pull this couple over, and you pull them over, and that's what's happening.
I wonder if he can get cited for this.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Just in general, like child endangerment. There's a kid, right? I mean, the kid's born, right? And there's no... I just feel like if somebody... How is it...
One person says they named the baby Kia.
Nice.
Maybe this was a plot. They have 5 kids. They needed a bigger vehicle. Maybe, hey, my car's destroyed because I have human body fluids all over the front seat. Somebody want to throw in a free car?
I am surprised.
There'll be a GoFundMe at some point.
That's what I was wondering. I'm surprised I haven't seen one, but he's got the next best thing. Go follow our Instagram page and buy our merch.
One person says, BJ, please ease up. The speed bump probably helped the baby get out.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Solid point.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
And I can understand if some person says I made it a couple minutes away from the hospital and he was trying to get there. I can understand that. Hey, can you hold it? Although I don't know how a woman can hold it when you got to let a baby out of you. You got to let a baby out of you, I'd imagine. But stop filming it.
Yeah, and then if you are aware that the baby's coming out, at that point where if you can see that the baby's coming out or she's saying it's coming out, then you have to pull over. There's no time. You're not going to get to the hospital. That's the other thing. But he was more caring about the filming.
I feel like they should have been in the hospital a lot earlier. I've been hanging out with a lot of kids this last week, and my cousin's, has 2 little girls, and she was telling me the second one around, she almost had it in the car because it just came out like that. The first one takes like an hour, and then after that, they all just kind of shoot out real quick. She's got 5 kids. She should have been like, oh, contractions hitting? Let's go immediately.
Oh, I see what you're saying, Vicky. She knows the factory. They've gotten really good at delivering the good.
Exactly. She should have been like, okay, it's starting.
Yeah, these guys are just...
Maybe they're just waiting for their show to finish before they got on the road.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Love this. That's important. You got to watch your shows. Hey, I have a question. What happens when someone goes on social media to announce that they are already done with the Seahawks? Go Hawks. Oh, yeah. I love Hawks-inspired Facebook drama. You're going to hear it at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Now it's time for Facebook drama.
And Facebook Drama is brought to you by Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical. And BJ, once again, this is our opportunity to point out the idiots that are on Facebook. There's an actual Facebook post. The drama unfolds because of it. And, of course, we're going to act it out. So this time around, BJ, you'll be playing the role of the original poster. You will be Mark.
Yes.
I'll play the role of Graham. Rev, you will be Brienne.
Sweet.
All right, so Mark is the original poster. So, BJ, please take it away.
I would like to say that I will be yelling for most of this because Mark put this in all caps. All of his responses are all caps.
Maybe his caps lock is broken.
Yeah, that could very well be, but I just want to let you know.
Fair enough.
Here I go. I'm done with the Seahawks until they get a new GM.
LOL, it's just a game.
This team is effed. F you and F anyone that dares to at me.
That escalated quickly. #wow. #anger issues.
Well, someone tell Snyder to re-sign John Ryan.
Why? Dixon was on point, man. You know, I love John Ryan, but that kid was kicking bombs. One of the few highlights of the game.
But he missed a field goal. We can't have that. Bring back John Ryan.
You realize that kickers and punters are two different positions, right?
I don't care. I'm drunk and sick of this ass.
I didn't know that one of the effects of drinking is that it makes you think that punters kick field goals. Learn something new every day.
F you!
Mark, I think you need to stay off Facebook when you're drunk.
F you! And I am not coming to your birthday party on Friday!
Oh no, my heart is broken. That's so sad that you can't make it. #sarcasm.
I do love that Brienne had to put hashtag sarcasm because I wouldn't have got that.
I wouldn't have been able to tell.
I wouldn't be able to figure that out.
I saw a couple people post similar, not similar like this guy, he's clearly off his rocker, but other people post things about how upset they were that John Ryan's not on the team and that we could have used him in this game. And I'm a big John Ryan fan. Of course, we became buds with him, and Sarah Colon is a friend of ours as well, and love nothing more than to see John Ryan still playing football. But that Dixon kid he's really good.
Yeah, he was the best part of the game.
You get why they had to make that decision to let go of John Ryan. He's going to be a difference maker with this team.
Yeah.
So it's funny when people are complaining, thinking that John Ryan was also our kicker.
Steve, if we get basically, if poor Russell gets chased around like he does all that, yeah, he is going to be a difference maker. Dixon's going to be playing a lot this season. Yeah. If we can't figure it out,
you're going to need him to pin people back as close as they can to the to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, it's true. It's an interesting point because our defense, which has been brought up by a lot of people, not going to be as dominating as we're used to.
Nope.
Which means, how can you make a defense better? Well, you pin that offense as far back down to their goal line as possible. That makes your defense better.
And hope for the best.
Yeah, so it looks like that was a great move. Look, I think people are going to have to realize that you have transition seasons. Even when you have Tom Brady, you don't win the Super Bowl every year. Granted, they go to the playoffs every year. They go to
the Super Bowl every year, it feels.
I know. It just goes to show you in the NFL, it appears that a great quarterback is the one thing that can keep you consistently in the playoffs. So if you don't have a great quarterback, and look, Russell's a good quarterback, but you have to have a great quarterback and then you have to have a line to protect him because Tom Brady would be dead if he had Russell Wilson's O-line. Tom Brady would be in the hospital right now.
Yeah, a lot of people even saying that, despite some of the faux pas that he might have had. And also, you got to take into account, playing in Denver is a difference when it comes to air quality, obviously, and the ball flies a little bit different. So, you'd like to see them connect on some of those passes that were just a little bit too far or whatever. But it's game one. I'm not gonna think the sky is falling right now.
I will never fault Russell. I don't care how many mistakes he makes. That guy is under pressure and therefore is making decisions out of basically massive stressful elevations. He's just, you and I could sit there and have a conversation and make decisions and be rational when we have enough time and when we're not highly stressed. Do you remember a game where Russell Wilson wasn't in highly stressful situations? He's got to remember all his plays. He's got to check down and see everything. Plus, he's not the tallest guy.
Super Bowl 48.
Yeah, that's about it. You're right.
That might have been the least stressful game ever for him.
You're absolutely right. That was the least stressful game for Russell. That's a really good point. So I will never fault Russell Wilson. I don't care what happens. He's never going to get a bad word from me because that guy, no other quarterback could play behind our offensive line in the last 5 years.
Clearly, you're not reading the Sports Illustrated Illustrated magazine article about the Seahawks and how everything imploded because of Russell Wilson.
Oh, they can go after themselves, Sports Illustrated. Really? Is that what they're saying?
They had 12 different sources. Obviously, one of them was Richard Sherman, and some other players even talked about how, it's the dynamic between the coach and Russell, Coach Carroll, that is causing the divide that happened with this team and led to them not becoming the dynasty that they could have become because, he gets preferential treatment and no one's allowed to make fun of him and he's apparently a snitch and all these other things.
Wow.
So it's actually an interesting article. You got to take a lot of it with a grain of salt because obviously certain guys I would imagine are kind of bitter.
Yeah.
And, I would imagine that, a quarterback is going to get a little bit more preferential treatment than other players. It's just kind of at what point did you not realize that if you play football?
This is unfortunate. I wish Richard Sherman wasn't a part of it because I used to defend Richard Sherman because, look, he always said intelligent things, and when he was on the field, he was doing it to win the game. But now I don't know what the point is. Unless he hopes these comments will make the Seahawks a worse team so that when his team plays them, they have
I'm sure
maybe that's why
it's a
he's
mental
doing it.
game, of course.
Yeah, maybe he's always playing the mental game, but it seems very petty for Richard Sherman to be part of it. Even if it's true, what do you gain from that, Richard, by being the guy that says, let me point a finger and say that guy's a bad guy? Because I don't think I'd ever...
He wants to get the last laugh.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
I don't think Russell Wilson would ever say that about anybody.
He came back and said something in response to it and was very respectful about everybody because that's just how Russell is. I mean, everyone's clearly different when it comes to football. Lots of egos.
Yeah, and I mean, I always will give credit to Russell because he doesn't say bad stuff. Whether or not he's a snitch or whatever, I don't know the circumstances of whether. Because sometimes, you know what? Sometimes maybe you need a snitch on the right circumstances, especially if you have idiots. But I don't know. But I know that Russell doesn't say bad stuff about somebody, and that's a good employee.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll seems to be the same way. And, it's game one, like you said, Steve. The first 4 games are usually everybody getting themselves figured out, and you can't judge a season on the first 4 games. You'll see teams that go 4-0 and they don't make the playoffs at the end of the season. You just don't. You can't judge it.
It just sucks when you know that there was a very good chance of them being able to squeak out a victory in that game, especially with that touchdown pass to Tyler Lockett. It was so awesome. And then you just look back on that damn missed field goal, and I'm not trying to, obviously, Janikowski's in a different world than, Blair Walsh, but you don't want to see that in game 1, him missing a field goal and then missing it again when he gets another opportunity.
See, and the problem for me with Janikowski is his off-field antics.
Oh, come on, man. That guy likes to party.
Yeah, and I was watching him listening. I'm so used to, the kickers not looking like kickers. But
he doesn't look like anything.
He looks like a guy that's been on the same diet I am.
He looks like he should be one of the members of the offensive line.
I agree. That's what I'm like.
He's a big ass boy.
Yes, I'm like, I don't know if I want my kicker to look like this. Can he get his leg up that high? Can he do it? Can he even run up to the ball? That's the thing I'm a little worried about with Janikowski. I hope he's not somebody we keep mentioning.
But he's always been this way. And he's been a great player. So I mean,
yeah, but he's got to hit those field goals, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I think it's just a cursed position for the Seahawks.
You're right, dude. It feels like it. It surely does. Meanwhile, speaking of our buddy John Ryan, I think he's probably, if yesterday is any indication, he's going to be doing a lot of punting.
He doesn't play for the Bills, man.
Who does? John Ryan?
No, he got cut.
Did he get cut?
Yeah, I know. Some people even brought it up.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah, he got cut before the season.
No.
Yeah, the other guy beat him out for the job.
Wow, dude. Then the Seahawks really didn't know what they were doing. I hate to say it.
Well, some people think that they brought him in to kind of light a fire under the ass of their punter as almost like a bringing competition kind of a thing.
Dude, that is news to me. I'm so sorry to hear that. I had no idea.
It's okay. I'm handling it. I'm doing my best.
Doing okay with that?
I'm a little broken up about it. I think you can hear it.
Oh, man. I had no idea. So he's just got nothing going on right now.
So he's just waiting for an opportunity. Maybe someone gets injured or someone doesn't do well.
Too bad he's not a field goal kicker. I think we could bring him in right now. Oh, that's sad.
One person says, guys, it could be worse. I'm a Bears fan. I'm still crying from last night.
Oh, yeah. If you bust up a guy's knee and he's got a brace on and he still beats you, what are you going to do?
Hobbling. It's not even like it was. He got the brace on and he looks like he's got his crack. Like he looks secure. He was basically. Aaron Rodgers was playing that game on 1 foot.
I wasn't even watching that game. I was watching another game, and I saw the scrolling score, and I go, holy cow. Here's what I was thinking. I didn't know that Rodgers was out. So I'm looking at the score of the Bears game just on the rolling scroll, and I know that we're playing the Bears next week. I'm like, I didn't know the Bears are this good, or are the Packers this bad. Then I hear, okay, Aaron Rodgers got injured, and so he wasn't playing some of the game. Then I hear he comes back hobbling around, and then I see the comeback. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Dude, it was nuts watching him just bounce like on 1 foot.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find some of the plays, but yeah, you could just tell he's struggling on that foot and still able to make plays happen.
That's embarrassing. Let's hope let's hope
that's the ultimate compliment to his offensive line.
Well, yeah.
I mean, geez, how do you do that?
Yeah, you're right, dude. Well, here's the good news. Those Bears had a really bad loss.
Yeah. And
we're playing them. Very excited about that. Maybe we can beat them up a little bit. Take advantage of the fact that these guys can blow leads, because we've tended to be a second half team, and the Bears blew it in the second half. So what do you say? Let's get that combo together. What's John Ryan doing? Let's see if he's still playing.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm really bummed.
What are you bummed about?
Well, John Ryan, I'm bummed.
I know.
I wish I'd have heard the news before so I could be over it, but that really shocked me and hit me right now, and I feel badly.
Well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, there's a picture. Sorry, even Kelowna put up a picture of her and him. It's like, I do enjoy having him in my company to watch football with, but I'd much rather have him out there playing with a team, and hopefully something will happen in the near future.
I really can't believe it unless he's too expensive. It's not like he can't kick a football anymore. It's amazing that 32 other teams have better punters or maybe more affordable.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he didn't have a chance to be seen by other teams. Maybe that's why he thought his best option and his best opportunity would be with the Bills, or maybe that was his only opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean,
God, but he lost out to that other guy.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we got a new survey that asks people to give their significant other letter grades in a bunch of different aspects of their relationship.
Oh, boy.
And what do you think the overall grade that people wound up with was? This is interesting. Now, these are our significant others,
right?
And we're grading each other. So how happy are we in our relationship? Because here's the average grade.
D plus.
D plus. D plus.
I'm going to guess I'm going B. I feel like no one's going to say out and out, this person's an A.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to guess B.
Here's the problem, and I've never liked the term plus and minus, because if you're anything minus, it just doesn't sound right. And you're close, Steve. It's B minus.
B minus.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe C plus B minus.
Yeah.
Because C is supposed to be average.
Yeah.
Why are you with someone that's just average for you?
Yeah, I don't want to be in an average relationship. And by the way, that sucks that C is average, because D is like really bad.
D for diploma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
D for D's. Mm-hmm.
But here's the problem with the way they call C average. C is 70%. That's way above average in the world, because average is 50 out of 100. Yet C represents 70 when you're marking grades. So C, really should be better than it is, and B should be. But
I mean, if you're looking at 50s below that, and then 75 is half of that, that's average of a passing grade.
Yeah, but here's my point. Rotten Tomatoes, you get a 60, and that's in D. In letter grades, you get a 60, you get a D. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's like,
it's weird. Yeah,
I feel like B minus is really good, except it doesn't feel really good.
Okay, are we going to spend this whole conversation about what the merits are of the 70%?
Well, I'm just wondering.
What is the?
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering. You're right. I'm wondering.
What are the categories?
Yeah, the categories. Well, first of all, making an effort with their partner's family and parents. What do you think that is? Is that you think that's?
Well, my wife fails.
Above or
fails
below? Does she really?
I'm kidding. My family is all in New York.
Oh,
how is she supposed to succeed?
Hey, she's went and she's put up with you and your family, and she's.
My family's awesome.
Well,
the jury's out. I get it.
They're New Yorkers. Your family is awesome, but I think for anybody that has to go and hang with New Yorkers, or even Massachusetts people too, that's a beating for anybody.
It can be exhausting. She was just joking about this because we're planning a trip. We're hoping to go back home for Thanksgiving, which would be awesome because she's never spent Thanksgiving with my family, and that'll be a lot of fun for me.
Wow!
Because it's just gonna be chaos.
Yes.
And I love watching chaos unfold around me. But she was giving me a hard time. She's like, last time we went, spent time with your parents and stay with your parents. parents, like my parents are very chatty. They like talking, and me, I'm pretty chill. I just want to just kind of veg out when I'm done doing my job. She's like, you just pawned me off onto your parents, and like I had to do all the talking for us. I'm like, well, yeah, I've done it for over 40 years.
Yeah.
It's your turn now.
Yeah, sorry, honey.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. My wife does that to me a lot. She'll pawn me off on the family because she's not the talker in the relationship. So she's like, you talk.
Well, you like talking.
I know, but I go, honey, I talk for a living. I'm kind of talked out. When on vacation, I really don't want to do a whole lot of talking.
Would you view yourself, what would you grade yourself when it comes to just making an effort with her family?
I think it's better now. I think I probably am a B.
Okay.
I used to be lower than that. I used to probably be a D.
I think
literally.
I feel like, I don't know what the rest of the categories are, but I don't think I'm going to do very well in all the categories. But in this category, I feel pretty good. I'm giving myself an A.
Yeah, you know what? I would go with that because I know the family likes you.
Yep. I go do things with them.
You're above average, Steve.
I enjoy doing things with them, go to church with the family, everything.
You're way above average. B- is what the folks are giving themselves. How about romance? Overall romance.
A+.
How do you bring the romance, Steve?
Yeah. See, romance is, it depends what you mean by romance. Let me tell you this. Romance and sex life are two different things on this list.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you're screwed.
C.
Yeah.
I sometimes I swing by Safeway and get her flowers. That's cool, right?
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah. Also, there's an overall foreplay skill that's on this list, too. So you got romance, you've got sex life, and overall foreplay skill.
Can't we just lump them all together?
No, this is why you're going to get bad on romance.
Okay.
Yeah. C+, by the way, is what people are getting, which is kind of, it's above average, I guess. Being spontaneous, what do you think?
I'm going to give myself an A. And I'm going to keep...
Are you very spontaneous, really?
I'm down for whatever. If she just said, let's go to Molly Moon's and we're in Puyallup and drive all the way to Seattle, I'd be like, all right, let's go. Grab the pup. Let's go. Whereas I think she doesn't get a very good score in this one. She likes everything planned out.
I do, too. But I always thought a spontaneous person was the one that actually did do stuff and instigated the plan. Said, we're going to go do this. I thought that was being spontaneous, where you go, hey, let's just go do this.
Well, that would be me, too.
Oh, you do that as well? All right. Because I am like you. I'll go anywhere, but I don't instigate it.
Yeah, but I know when she has a certain routine, I'm not going to mess with the routine.
Oh, right.
She's more routine-based. I'm more whatever freaking happens. Let's do this.
Well, we're getting C's in spontaneity.
I got an A.
Oh, you got an A. Oh, you okay. How about listening? I didn't. You know what? I'm going to get low on listening because I didn't even hear you say that you were an A.
I'm sorry. What was this one we're talking about?
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, man, I get busted sometimes for not fully paying attention to what she's saying. Yeah. I got to go with a solid D+.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least you're honest.
Yeah, you're honest. You know what?
She'll be like, what did I just say? I don't know.
Yeah. He's honest and also apparently delusional with some of the other grades he gave him. So he's not lying. He's just delusional.
See, I feel like if you're not going to be paying attention, you should master the skill of looking like you're paying attention.
No, that's not going to help. You should pay attention.
Well, my mom has mastered the skill of looking like she's not paying attention, but she is capturing every single thing you said. You're like, Mom, you're not listening to me. What did I just say? And she repeats everything verbatim.
Oh, she's the flip side.
Yeah. So I'm like, if you can't do one, do the other.
How about this? We get a C+ in listening. Humor. How about that, Steve? Where are you in humor?
I make her chuckle.
Yeah.
Steven.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You should get high grades in that.
I mean, I think I'm at a B, I would say.
Yeah, you know what? B-.
Because sometimes she'll be joking around and I'll get a little butthurt because, sometimes you're tired and you're not listening properly and you're not realizing she's just joking. And I'm like, And then she's like, I was just kidding. I'm like, God, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
My bad.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. How about cleanliness?
I mean,
Steve fails that one.
Do I get an attendance?
Yeah, you too.
Participation.
Pass, fail. Yeah. You get
I'm failing that one.
That's actually, people give themselves a B in that one. I don't understand how. They must have a maid service. Because almost everybody I know that doesn't have it.
Just because they clean up, people clean.
No, I don't.
My wife cleans like crazy.
Well, your wife is atypical. I've been to a lot of places in my time, and all my years on this planet. And the people who I've noticed who have the cleanest, really not a junker place, are people that have maid service. The regular people, I don't know many regular people that have the time anymore to really keep house. I just don't. Your wife is an exception.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes...
Have you been to Vicky's? My God.
I've not been to Vicky's.
Actually, right now, our house is a complete mess because we're redoing the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So our microwave's in the living room. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. You notice Danny hasn't said anything about this because, Danny doesn't do any of these. And Rev either.
I'm going to remain anonymous on this. She's listening right now.
Yeah,
of the ones that BJ has listed so far, which ones would you be valedictorian in?
Humor.
Love making.
Yeah, especially the way you just said that.
Love making. What are we on the newlywed game?
Making whoopee. Danny's awesome at whoopee.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back.
2 and 2.
All right.
With Danny's whoopee.
Danny. All right, on Friday, Steve,
stud.
the lovemaking stud over here, Steve, he was able
That's
to...
Danny.
Yeah, that's right.
Stud.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's right.
Sorry, I've got it all.
I'm the funny, spontaneous one.
Oh, yeah, you're the... Yeah, that's what you are. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, whoever the hell you people are, one of you was able to figure this one out.
Which president's last name is also a brand of vacuum?
Dyson.
No.
You remember President Dyson?
Hoover? Yes.
Hoover? Has anybody seen Hoover? All right. You want a shot at beating Steve? Yeah, the humorous, spontaneous one. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's a question from a listener. My house is currently in foreclosure. I've stopped making payments. What can I do to save my house?
If you're already in foreclosure behind on your mortgage, you can stop the foreclosure by filing a bankruptcy. There's different types of bankruptcy. Chapter 13 can help you catch up on your house payments if you're behind. It would mean that you'd have to start making your house payments again and catch up on the amount that you're behind over 5 years. You could also take off or strip off your second mortgage, which would help you to reduce your housing payment every month, especially once you're done with the plan and done catching up on your first mortgage. We could also try to buy you some time by filing a Chapter 13 case. Filing a Chapter 13 would definitely stop your foreclosure.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. And thanks for listening.
Love sports? Love culture? Well, I've got a brand new podcast called Take Line from Crooked Media, hosted by me, Jason Concepcion, and two-time WNBA champion Renee Montgomery. From the games to the players to the issues happening both on and off the court, we'll be tackling the important political and social issues happening in sports head on. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so follow and subscribe on radio.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.